The big game is right around the corner, and that might have you thinking it is a good time to buy a new TV. And you're right, for a few different reasons, it is a good time to buy a new TV. But if you're like a lot of folks I've talked to over the years, you might also be about to make a big mistake. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Caleb Dennison, and this time last year, I was lucky enough to go behind the scenes at the Super Bowl in Miami Gardens, Florida. No such luck this year, so like you, I'm looking forward to watching the game at home. And naturally, I'm going to want to watch it on the biggest screen I can. Lots of folks buy new TVs this time of year, partially because they want to see the game in the best way possible, but also because prices are down, and there are some great deals to be had thanks to sales. But I see folks making some critical mistakes, often because they are rushing to make this purchase. So I'm going to talk more about that and take you through some of the best TVs you can buy to watch the big game. And be sure to stick around to the end because I'm saving the best for last. Let's do it. Before we get into it though, have you been waiting to get a new TV for this particular moment? And if so, what's your biggest priority? I want to know about that. So leave me a comment about that below and we can talk about it. Also, be sure to check out some links I've put in the description that lead to the best prices you can get on some of the TVs I'm going to talk about, because Digital Trends might get a little commission when you do, and that helps us continue to bring videos like this to you. As always, thank you. Okay, let's go. So before I start talking TVs, let me address those mistakes I was talking about. I think what folks forget is that the TV they are buying for the Super Bowl is also the TV they are going to live with for a long time. Yes, you want to go big, I get it, but making big the biggest priority can have an impact on your budget. Bigger TVs have bigger price tags, so it makes sense that you might go for the biggest TV you can afford. But I would actually caution against that route and consider that sometimes getting a slightly smaller TV with better picture quality is actually the smarter move on the long term. Ultimately, the choice is yours. I just wanted to put that out there. With that said, I'm going to try and cover the gamut here, from the big and budget-friendly all the way to the best quality picture you can get, cost no object. And we'll start with Samsung, specifically Samsung QLED TVs. If you're going to buy a Samsung TV, it really is worth it to step up to its QLED line, and that's because QLEDs are brighter and more colorful. Like, you literally get more colors thanks to the use of quantum dots. Samsung makes some of the best LED backlit TVs you can buy, and as far as QLEDs go, the model numbers go like this: Q60T, Q70T, Q80T, and Q90T. Now, the Q90T is the best 4K QLED you can buy from Samsung, but it tends to be a bit pricey. If you want a premium QLED, consider the Q80T. It's still a little expensive, but you can get a bigger screen for your money, and the picture quality is extremely close to the Q90T. I'm pretty sure some of you watching actually already own a Q80T, so back me up in the comments, will ya? Now, for a more budget-friendly Samsung QLED option, I'm going to suggest skipping the Q70T entirely. It's fine, but the Q60 is very close in picture quality and much more friendly to your wallet. Between the Q60T and the Q80T, you will notice the Q80T gets brighter and has better black levels. It also pulls off HDR better and has slightly better processing, which I think you'll want for watching the game, since the best you're going to get is a 1080p stream and probably 720p if you're watching cable or satellite. Next, let's talk Sony. If you want a great TV for the game, but you are a big movie watcher and value great picture quality, the Sony X900H is an awesome choice. Sony offers pretty great picture quality with this TV, and the price is fairly reasonable too, especially for Sony. Now, the X900H does HDR well, it has better than average brightness, and its color reproduction is super accurate right out of the box. This is one of my favorite TVs of the year, honestly. Oh, and it's a decent match for gamers, as it's finally getting a firmware update that enables some gaming features like variable refresh rate and auto low latency mode, so that's another bonus. Now, you can spend more and get more by going up to the X950H, but I'm less wowed by the bang for your buck factor with that TV, even though it does look great and gets a little bit brighter. I just keep coming back to the X900H, so that's my top Sony pick. Now let's talk Vizio. You probably have Vizio on your mind if you are a Costco or Sam's Club shopper, because they are often front and center when you walk through the door. And Vizio's lineup right now is looking pretty good. As for my picks, I'm waffling between the P-Series Quantum and the P-Series Quantum X. Now, if you want to talk about bright, the P-Series Quantum X is one of the most vivid TVs you can buy right now. Seriously, the picture leaps out at you. But the P-Series Quantum gets very close and is more affordable. So I think most of you would want to lean toward that model. What about the M-Series, you might ask? Well, the M-Series is a fine TV, but honestly, for the money, I think you might prefer the last pick on my list over the M-Series. Before I get to my next pick, let's talk about refresh rate for a second. Generally, 120 Hz panels are preferred, and most of the TVs on this list do have 120 Hz native panels. But I want to assure you that processing is just as important, and with solid processing, a 60 Hz panel can be just fine for sports. Keep in mind that the broadcast you're going to be watching is going to come through at around 30 Hz, so it's the TV's ability to process that to a higher refresh rate that's going to make the biggest difference as to whether the picture looks blurry or clear when that camera starts ripping down the field. I stand by all of my picks on this list for good motion resolution, especially this next one though. That would be the LG CX or C10 OLED TV. Yes, it's going to be one of the more expensive options on this list, but in my opinion, this is the best TV you can buy this year, bar none. The picture quality is unrivaled, the motion is super clear and smooth, the color is dead accurate, and the contrast is amazing thanks to OLED's perfect black levels. If you haven't seen an OLED in person, I highly suggest you check one out before making your purchase decision. In a lot of cases, I would recommend a 65-inch OLED over a much larger LED LCD TV because the picture quality is just so good. So if an LG C10 OLED is in your budget, I would definitely recommend you pick one up. Much as I rave about the LG C10 OLED, it is not my top pick for this list. That honor actually goes to the TCL 6 Series or R635. Pixel for pixel, dollar for dollar, this TV is just a ridiculously good value. It's got everything: HDR 10, Dolby Vision, Roku TV platform, excellent color, great brightness, superior backlight control thanks to its mini LED backlighting system. It's just outstanding, and the pricing is so good, you'll find yourself looking at the 75-inch model and thinking, yeah, I think I can do that. And if you can, do it. This is one of my top 3 favorite TVs this year for a reason. And if you need any more endorsement, I've had one of these in my house for a few months now, and I've been thrilled with it so far. Thanks as always for watching, everyone. What do you think of my little hand-picked list? Did I leave one of your favorites out? Let us know in the comments, and if you like this video, click like and subscribe because that really helps this channel out. And while you're here, here's 2 other videos I think you'll want to check out.